Hi everybody, this is Kemal with Thrive Mushrooms. We are in Illinois, a little south of Chicago. We grow gourmet and edible mushrooms, and we grow basically oyster, lion's mane, and shiitake mushrooms, and we deliver and we sell bags, grain spawn online on Etsy and similar websites. Today I'd like to talk to you about oyster mushrooms and like how to grow them. Is it easy to grow them? Is it difficult? Like what they need, basic parameters of oyster mushrooms. Many of you know how oyster mushrooms are. They are like, like a flower. They have, beautiful texture. They are in the beginning blue when they pin, and then it turns to brown or like grayish color and sometimes creamy color like the pearl ones. I'd like to show you a couple of the oyster mushrooms that I have here in the grow houses, and then I'll come back to the video again. These are some of them. This is a black pearl. It's oyster as well, but it's a different strain. And this is the yellow one. Yes, so almost all mushrooms can be grown other than the the ones which have relationship with tree roots. They are a little harder to grow, but other than that, like the culinary mushrooms, like the white bottom mushrooms, oysters, and lion's mane and shiitake, these can be grown. And in terms of the oyster mushroom, they are vigorous mushrooms from the beginning. For example, like let me show you a petri dish. This is the petri dish of oyster mushroom. This strain actually has no spore. So from this all the way up to the fruiting level, like this level, oyster mushroom is kind of like a fast want to grow, can sometimes compete the competitive organisms. Actually, like it depends on how much spawn you add into your bag, and depending on the strain's personality or characteristics. So basically, oyster mushrooms, they need humidity, like they need some lights, like a white light. With the research, it was found that with the other lights like colorful reddish, like blue, orange, those kind of lights, there is still growth, but it is not much as white light. So these are a couple things. So you need like temperature, and the temperature is with oyster mushrooms, it's not, you don't have to be very constant. It doesn't have to be strictly 65 or 70. From 55 all the way up to like 77, they will do well, but the colder is the better. And other than that, they are very like fragile mushrooms. Once you harvest them, after a couple days in the cooler, like third or fourth day, they turn to lose their texture and little hard, people to sell. Yeah, so like you need temperature control, 65, 55, 75. It can variate from these, and white light. And then you need some like exhaust to take the extra CO2 from your greenhouse, from your room, from your tent, and take it out, because when there's too much CO2 in the environment, the mushrooms don't like it, just like humans. We want fresh air, so the mushrooms are. So in order to get the fresh air, they wanna, like hang their head up and then, look for fresh air. and therefore the shape of them will be not as beautiful as the ones that I showed you now, because now they are looking for fresh air. All the energy they have doesn't go to the body but only to the stem, and they will have shorter shelf life, and they will look less beautiful, and not as tasty or something. So the other thing was CO2, getting rid of the CO2. And in the first video that I showed on YouTube, the first one, I told that like cleanliness is very important, and to maintain the cleanliness, you have to be constantly watching the flies, because they are the, I think, worst, because they carry everything like bacterial endospores, mold spores. They carry they lay their eggs, so they create bacteria. Um, so flies, you have to compete with them, just like the other competitors. And the other thing is humidity, and actually humidity is the most important thing. In any type of mushroom cultivation, humidity is a must and the first thing. And it needs to be between like the worst case scenario from 75 all the way up to 95. If it is 100, it's too much. The mushrooms will be very heavy. You don't want that. And if it is like 75 or less than that, then it's gonna be too dry. You don't want that. So you have to watch them just like a kid, and like you wanna uh, watch them, their growth and everything. And so this is a grain spawn of oyster mushroom. We will be selling them in the first month of January 2023 in whole, like hundreds of them a day. And so yeah, in the first video I was talking about like cleanliness and growing and time. So you have to like kill all the microorganisms in the bag, and then to do that you need to have a pasteurizer or pressure cooker, or you have to use like chemicals like hydrogen peroxide or formaldehyde, or some people use lime, even some people use ash. There are some percentages which can be found online, but if you want to use the heat pasteurizing method, with which is I think the best, and many people think the same. Like there are some people online, they do. There's Eric Myers, he does barrels, and there's Joe from EB Fungi or EB Fungi. He is very helpful in regards to how to grow your mushrooms, and he built barrels. So in the beginning of my process, he told me many things about barrels and heating, pasteurizing stuff. So you can ask him. And other than that, like you have to have a clean environment, like filters everywhere, like alcohol 75%, 70%, 80%, and consistent cleaning, consistent growing. This is a family business. This business is a family business. To do this alone by yourself is gonna be very challenging, because like you don't have one kid, you have lots of kids, and they all want attention. They all want attention. Other than that, let me know if you have any questions. I'm on Instagram with the name Thrive Mushrooms. I'm on Facebook with Thrive Mushrooms, and on this YouTube channel, please subscribe, and let me know if you have any questions. And I'd like to answer and help whatever. I'm in south of Chicago. If you need oyster mushrooms delivery for restaurants or something like that, just let me know. We provide free deliveries in south of Chicago area, and like suburbs. we are here. Thanks for watching the video and see you at the next one.